Aha, I turned it on this time, I think. Yeah, I turned it on. Oh, there's no music. Hang on. There it is. I think that works. I don't think I have to turn it down too much, do I? Hope I don't. That should be fine. Okay. Alright. Let's do some flowers. We're gonna make some billy buttons. Because apparently they're Australian. And the prompt for today... No, I didn't? Okay. I can afford to turn it up a little bit. Go up. There we go. Maybe a little more. That better? Okay. It's a weird prompt, Australia. I mean, it's cool and everything, but... odd. So we're gonna make billy buttons. If you've never seen a billy button, I got some fake ones here. They're these cheerful guys. Little poofies. So we're gonna make some of those. They're kind of like blue jazz. Can't put it back in there. That's for tomorrow. It's for tomorrow's prompt. Today's prompt was Fiesta, and I just don't have time to do some art, but I was gonna do these marigolds, like from Mario Odyssey. Because they have that really super cool, like, Sugar Skull map, which is like my favorite map, and as a Mexican, it was adorable. I like that. It was very celebratory of my culture. So we're gonna do that as a base, with a little glue. And try and make 3 today. Maybe we'll go 2 hours. Maybe we'll do some drawing. I don't know. Yeah. Ow! Oh, shh! There we go. And we're done! No, I'm just kidding. We'll do one more. Move it off. It'll be nice and fun. I think there's one game that has billy buttons in it. It's called Dinkum. I think it's some sort of a farming game. I don't know. I've never played it. There's a lot of games that I've done flowers for that I haven't played yet, so... we'll just... a lot of different ones. I'm just gonna cover this. That looks about okay. There's more, I promise. Okay. Stretch, 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 stretch. Use tacky glue, this stuff's good. Super sticky. It's like white glue, but better. So there was a Nintendo Direct today, but I promised I would watch it with the husband, so I have no idea what's happening. There are little spoilers here and there. Like, I'm pretty sure they said something for Tears of the Kingdom. Because if they didn't, that would make me nervous. Because they've delayed that game a little bit just to work on it. Delays are good. Unless it's Star Citizen, then it is not good. It is bad. It is very bad. Don't be Star Citizen. Not that I think Nintendo has it in them to be Cloud Imperium. I used to say Bethesda, but then, you know, that's different. I do know that they did announce a Splatoon thing, so I guess the not DLC, the expansion? Yeah. I guess expansion already, so, I mean, Earlier than unexpected, but about on time as I expected, so. About what I expected. Any big run? That I'll take a spoiler for. They announce a big run? If not, that's fine. I really do like Big Run. I thought that was kind of cool. I think the point distribution for the catalog should be a little bit better. But other than that, I'm good. You don't know? Okay, so probably not. Okay, Choco. Dr. Lupin. The only spoiler I want to know is, did they announce another Big Run or just no Big Run? Okay. Okay, so yeah, I guess that means they were more finished with the expansion than I thought. But I mean, like, to be completely honest, you know, that shouldn't take a lot, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how game dev is. I'm patient, you know. Took how many years for Knights to come out? It's not like I need the game tomorrow. How many years for Mother 3 and then the patch? And then I sat in the back going like, I could have waited my whole life not playing Mother 3. That's just me. Okay. It helps to take the cap off. You have to put the cap back on sometimes because if you don't, it gets drippy and then it just gets messy. Alright. So yeah, we'll watch it later tonight. I mean, I don't expect to get as big hype as I did for the Monster Hunter event. Because Monster Hunter. Nothing else in my life exists. We got a lot done last night on Fatal Frame, so at least for that, we are well and above ready to tackle 4 when it comes out. Might need to brush up on... We're gonna take a slow run, man. It's gonna be a nice, slow run. I gotta pre-order it. Is there like a special edition? Like, are they gonna release outfits like they did for 5? I have to figure that out. It'll be a lot of people's first foray into 4, so I'm kind of hyped for that. It'll be the culmination of both me and Decon's interests, which is Suda51. I was talking to Choco about this the other night, I guess last week. But I know some of you guys probably watch or have heard of Wang. He does like internet videos. I posted a couple stuff for him in the Discord. The gaming mysteries where, you know, had was it not Charles Barkley too? That was an interesting. Oh, hang on, where's my little one? Here we go. Uh-oh. My camera died? Oh no. Oh shoot. Okay, hang on. That's the problem with this, is there's really no way to get it to start working again while I'm going. Damn it. Okay. Yeah, hang on. Yeti mic. Camera. Are we back? I think we're back. Are we back? I think we're back. We're back. Okay, cool. Did it actually go, though? Did it actually stop? Okay. Cool. I just have to turn on, unplug the thing and then plug it back in. You know, usual IT. This might be too small. Hang on. My ear itches. Camera went kaput. Yeah, I got a loose wire. I've got a... Sound kept going, though. Okay, cool. I need something a little bit Thicker than that. Thinner than a brush. There we go. Ooh. Okay, yeah, that'll do. Doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to get done. So what I'm doing here is taking this little piece of paper and wrapping it around the bottom. It's kind of hard to do. Like that. Make a little flower, dab of glue, and stick. And then it's gonna
I've got Netflix, Sky TV, Amazon
make a
Prime,
bunch of little
thousands
blossoms.
amazing content are available to me at the press of a button.
Little
And
furry
yet,
blossoms.
I watch Escape to the Country.
What was I saying?
I watch
It'll be a lot of people's first foray, and I'll be very happy. The culmination of me and Decon's interests. Him is Suda51. Okay, here we go. I'm getting back on track. There we go. So like Wang is in like this metal band. He's pretty cool. Like I like him. He's got a good documentarian style of him doing like internet stories and stuff like that. Oop, we still there? Okay. Right? And he handles a lot of different kinds of stuff. Sometimes he handles like, you know, he was involved in the Saki Sanobashi thing, so like the gore anime that probably doesn't exist, and I don't think it does. But man, did he lose his shit over that Fire Pro Wrestling game? Because he's also in the pro wrestling. Like, he lost his legit shit. He could not believe that it existed, and he was very what the fuck the whole video. And I'm like, my mans. You cover gore videos and, you know, Chech Clear and shit like that, and you're surprised by Fire Pro Wrestling? My boy, my brother in Christ. You don't know Suda51 very well, do you, brother? But yeah, he was like, he lost his shit over it when he did the video. I'll try and find it, Decon. I think you'll find the entire video just absolutely balls amusing. It's like, you know, I had heard of it before. I read about it on, because there's some mission stuff out of it from, Cutting Room Floor, because that's where I first heard of it. And it was just hilarious to see this metal guy lose his head over fucking Fire Pro. Is it Fire Pro Wrestling? Yeah. He was doing the, outreach and was doing videos on the, yeah, Evil Farming game. Yeah, he was one of the premier guys that was doing a lot of the, like the updates on all of it. Does anybody know if that game's done yet? Because that mystery was like couple years ago, and I know people were like making a game for Evil Harvest Moon. I think they're calling it Evil Farming Game Replanted, and I was like, I kind of want to play it. So does anybody know if like they're still developing this game, or did it just kind of die? Because I'd play that game. Yeah, I like, he's got I'll put up his, Gaming Mysteries video. That was, it's like a 5-hour video on, like, different gaming mysteries, you know, about, like, the prototype Freddy Krueger game that never happened. I think there's a section on, unmade Hellraiser games, Rainbow Street Fighter, which I had no idea San Jose played a part in the Rainbow Street Fighter debacle that gave us Turbo Edition, which literally changed the face of fucking fighting games. But yeah, I'll look into it. I think it's called Evil Farming Game Replanted. A couple of Google searches will probably bring me somewhere. I'll check it out. But, and if it's done, maybe we'll play it for Halloween. I'd be down for that. Do a little, like a one stream, one day on stream, Evil Farming game. Kill my wife. You know, when they were talking about that game, another game that I'm really sad I never got a chance to play was the game they mentioned, Moirai. And that game's got a really weird, like, story of what went on with it, too. The reason why it's not... Oh, shit, those are really small. Shit. That game has a really convoluted, weird story about it, too. I don't know where I saw it, though. I don't think it was Wang that did the story on it. I think it was somebody else who did a story on Moirai. I really wish it could come back. That'd be kind of cool. But I don't think the dev is around anymore. Well, yeah, it's the ending. Yeah, everybody... There's only one thing about, you know, Fire Pro Wrestling that anybody really talks about other than the fact that it's a pretty solid wrestling game. It's the ending. Nobody fucking sees the ending. Okay, the game's like, what, 20, 30 years old? I'm gonna spoil it. Moirai. Yeah, I think that's I believe that is how it is. Basically, you're like a detective that goes to the music's a little loud for me. Is the music a little loud? I'm gonna turn it down on my headphones. Yeah, that's how, I believe that's how it's spelled, and it was a social game where you would go into a cave and like you would input an answer, and the answer would be printed to the next user who would play the game. So it had a really interesting social aspect to it. And it was a really cool game, but if I remember correctly how the story went, some asshole DDoSed the game. Oh, it's the song. Some asshole DDoSed the game so nobody can play it, and then when the guy like contacted him to ask him why, the guy was like, whatever, I just didn't like you know, having a good game and me not. And so the guy just closed the game. I think that was the basic strokes of what happened to why Moirai closed. It was because one asshole had to ruin it for everybody, and the dev just like, well, you know, if that's how it's gonna be, then I don't want to work on the game anymore. So, it's always gotta be an asshole. Anyway. Yeah, I wish there would be a way to be able to play that game. You can't, because it needed specific servers to run. So you cannot play Moirai anymore, I believe. Unless I'm wrong. It's been a while since I looked into it. But, you know, when people put nice things out there, there's always somebody who wants to make it burn because it's not them. That's just the way the world is. It sucks. Anyway. Just a quick aside, Dr. Lupin. We are not meeting tonight for Kids on Bikes because our DM needs time to do the scenario, correct? It's 2 weeks. We're waiting on 2 weeks. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I'm excited. I was like halfway through my sheet and then I fell asleep. I've had a really bad sleep schedule lately. I've had a lot of stuff happening in my life. But on a flip side, so the other week, my doggo Luna had a bump in her ear that we wanted to get checked, but we couldn't get it checked earlier in the year because we all had COVID-19 Chan. So we had to move the appointment, and then we got the results. She has a mast cell. It's a mast cell cluster. So that means we want to get it out right away because that's cancer. Or a form of cancer. And so she's got an appointment next week at 1 o'clock at Sage. And we're going to get the ball rolling. That is also coincidentally when my sister and my mommy's dog, Zelda, is going in for heart surgery. So a lot of stuff in the docket coming down the pipe this month. And then I'm turning 40. I'm not okay with that. I decided I didn't want to do it in there. I'm turning 40. God. I'm one of the last generations to remember a childhood before the internet and after the internet. Ah. Anyway.
Can you tell us anything about not much really. They came with the house. Apparently there's some sort of oracles and they never die.
I'm gonna have to... Yeah, Twin remembers too. I think it was a milestone. Yeah, you're 3 years younger than me! Me and Dr. Lupin, we have the same birthday. This is kind of a coincidence. Out of all the people you could meet, meeting someone with the same birthday as you is pretty lucky. It's a miracle friendship. It's pretty cool. I have to check my email. I ordered a book and it never came. I'm like, and I want to order another book from them, but I'm like, I want to know what happened to my first book. Okay, thanks. Speaking of books, my friend Yonha lent me the first 3 novels of Rascal Does Not Dream of Ex-Girl that is in his life. So I finished the first one, Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. God damn, that book is good. I'm gonna have to sit down with the anime. Like, it got me good. Like, it has the feels, man. Like, near the climax, I was, like, sobbing. I don't cry very easily at very many books. I cried at Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, though, and I have no shame in saying that. It's a good book. It has a lot to say about, you know, like, society and, like, teenage adolescence and stuff like that. It's pretty fucking... It's deeper than most people, I think, would give it credit for because it's just a light novel. It's a good light novel, though. So if anybody's looking for a light novel excuse... I've only read the first one. I haven't read the second one, but Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai is hella good. Can confirm. Good stuff. Billy Buttons is getting bigger. So that's the cool thing about this is they increase to like 1.5 to twice the diameter? Circumference? When you do this technique. Fuzzy. It's good. So if you see it if you've got like $15 to spend that's not on food, and you see it in a bookstore, it's pretty good. Although you probably don't have much more like room for books right now, Dr. Lupon, seeing as how I lent you House of Leaves, and you really can't read that book in one setting. It's a good book though. If anybody is looking for a good horror postmodern fiction. House of Leaves. I cannot recommend that book enough. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you check in. You check in with me. I always know when, like, you're gonna talk about the book, because you always send me a picture of the book first, like the page. Yeah, that's, you know, when all that crap starts happening, that's when, like, shit hits the floor and goes tits up. And then, like, it has, like, not a denouement, but it has, like, a calmer section before it kicks back off again. It's pretty good. And then I gotta get you a copy of, I think the album's name is Haunted, which is by the author's sister. She's a singer. Her name is Poe. And she has an album that is kind of, like, based on, kind of connected with the book. And I believe one of the singles, as part of it, has a portion of him reading a section of the book. And it's one of my favorite sections of the book. It's the section of the book where Johnny's driving with Kyrie. And they bound chicka wow in her car. Not the whole thing, but, like, you know, part of the section. And it is, like, down to the longest unzipping of my life. Oh, it's such a great passage. It's really good. Driving to the parts of the city that I barely knew and rarely thought of. Oh, he's a good writer. He's a really good writer. Yeah, it's kind of like that. I mean, I would say that, like, House of Leaves has, like, a very big creepypasta foundation before it was a thing, I guess. It's like Dianea House. I always compared it with that. When I did the House of Leaves section of the website for Halloween, and I took a week talking about things about, like, House of Leaves related, I brought up Dianea House, and this is such a weird thing. But the person who wrote Dianea House ended up writing the film adaptation for the film Arrival, if I remember correctly. It's such a weird, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Conflagration? No, that's being set on fire. Confluence? It's such a weird confluence of, like, writers I'm familiar with. You know what I mean? It was weird. But I was just like, what? This guy wrote the film adaptation for Arrival? What the fuck? Because he was writing Dianea House, which is basically House of Leaves, but cheaper. It's like its cheap cousin. And it was on, like, LiveJournal and Blogger. So it was, I guess it's like, you know, a step between epistolary novels and, like, creepypasta. ARG. Like, it was like that weird median step that we'll never get back to. That's what I would say Dianea House was like. Such a weird thing to say. Yeah, Arrival. That's the one with the aliens and, like, they couldn't communicate and they had to, like, figure out, like they could communicate, but they were communicating in, like, 4D. Like, they were communicating the future and the past at the same time, I think. Isn't that what that movie was about? It was really strange. It sounded like a cool movie. It's based off a novel. And I kind of would very much like to read the novel as well. I don't read enough. You know, I read manga. But I would like to read books again. But, you know, like, I need a good book. I need something to sink my teeth in. Yeah. Yeah, the weird things people do when you remember them from, like, early in the internet, and then you're like, well, what are they doing now? I don't think Dianea House is still up. I would have to check. I have to check and see if all the... Because, you know, when Flash went down, there were some things that were Flash-related. I know the other day we were talking about how that Korean horror comic was coming back up. Through Twitter. And all the people are like, what is this? And people are like, here you go. Check this out, my man. My dude. That I made Choka read for me because I was too chicken shit to do it for myself when I put it on the website. Lol. Ah, yes, the real ones remember. Real ones remember. This may take 2 hours to do all 3. We're getting there, we're getting there. We're getting to the bottom. Okay. You can kind of see it. That was a cool comic. We have to... Yeah, I remember the scream you made. Wait, did you look at it when I was with you, or did you do it, like oh, not in person? I don't recall doing it in person with you. I just sent it to you, I think? So I didn't see your reaction. I just remember the rage. Did you do it at school? Oh, you were at the pit. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Was David there? Or Aki? Shoot. You didn't hear that. Oh, shoot. Don't breathe too hard, Dio. Blow your petals everywhere. I'm here for the next 2 minutes. Oh, we were just talking about that one Korean horror comic that, like, auto-scrolled and how I made Dr. Lupin read it for me because I was too chicken shit to do it. We were just talking about that, Parfait, so I thought you you would like to know. It was pretty good. And you were down in the pit in San Jose State, I guess, when you read it. So I wasn't there. I probably had gone home. Or was I there? I don't remember. I don't... you know, you'd think I'd remember this. Oh, speaking of things that I remember, I was watching the 600% security breach run by... this is gonna kind of a long tangent, but I swear it relates to San Jose State. I like the part where we scarred Dr. Lupin for life. Yeah, it was great. This is a different scarring for life, and it has nothing to do with Dr. Lupin, unfortunately. But I was watching Spiff, and he was talking about how do you get somebody to stop liking you. And so what you do is you get a mouthful of Gatorade, and when they are talking to you, you laugh and spit the Gatorade out in their face, and that's a surefire way to get someone to not like you, right? So it reminds me of the Fruitworks episode. Which I think you were there, Parfait? Were you a part of this? I can't remember. But my friend Tamago was drinking Fruitworks, and he was talking to my friend Dougie and somebody else. Oh, okay, it was you. Was it you? Should I stop? Oh, yeah, Inuki Pachuki. And they made him laugh. And he just spit took all over them. And the worst part of this story The part about this that I hate the most. Well, I mean, you know, you were there. Okay, you were involved in this story. My back was to the whole thing, and he just gave them both. Mostly Inuki Pachuki. He took the initial brunt of it. Got this spit take of Fruitworks, and I missed it. But my friend behind me was looking at it, and he got the whole view. And he couldn't talk. He just ran out of air laughing. And we've never forgiven Tamago for this incident. I'm sure he still remembers. I don't really talk to him much. But I was like thinking when Spiff was talking about this story, and I was like, yeah, true story. That will totally make people not like you. True story. I was there. Spitting drinks in people's face is not a thing that people like. And I missed it. I didn't see a shot of it. I only saw the aftermath. It's a regret of mine, but at the same time, I have made my peace with it, sort of. Maybe. Oh man, San Jose State. You gave both of them shit forever, and you should! You absolutely should! I think Inuki Pachuki was trying to get him to laugh. So he was a part of the situation. He wasn't an innocent bystander. Let's make this clear. He was a contributor to the entire incident of his own volition. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did too, if I'm remembering this story something like that. He 100% deserved it, but you did not deserve it by being virtue of next to him. I will say that. There was no reason for it to have had a blown back. Pun intended, I guess. You were minding your own business. You were just sitting there, not doing anything to contribute to this incident that happened. Okay, but if it makes you feel better, somewhere, I have a video. When we all used to go to that park, when we would all do the summer park thing. I have a video of Tamago. Well, what did we have? We have what do you call it? A frisbee stuck in a tree, and we couldn't get it down, because it was one of those ones that were, like, open in the middle. And, we couldn't get it down, so we found a rope, or we had a rope, and he tied a water bottle to it. And it was full. And he was throwing it up there to try and, like, lasso it down, like, hook it through, or, like, hook the branches to yank it down. And I have the perfectly cut video somewhere. I gotta check my hard drives, my backup hard drives, of him pulling it so hard that it slingshotted out of the tree and hit him square in the face. And the video cuts out as it hits him. So it's, like, perfectly timed cuts kind of situation. I have to find that. Yeah, I bet you remember that one. That was good. And it made, like, this great pop in his face. Like, whap. It was, like, perfect. I will have to look through my old hard drives to find it. Because I swear to God I got that on video. It was great. My early years of college. Good times. That's where I met a bunch of you guys. I was probably like a junior to a senior. I took my sweet-ass time graduating from San Jose State, but in a weird sort of way, I kind of include Decon in this group because I met him online when I was going to school at San Jose State, and I kind of consider him a part of the San Jose group, even though he was in England. Direct karma retribution. You don't know how. He came to an agreement that revenge was fulfilled. I believe it. There we go. A little Billy button. Yay. And then if we compare, they definitely grow in volume when you stick them like that. I would move this camera to show you this giant chrysanthemum lantern I have in my room. However, we have already noted that if I move the camera freezes. Because I think I need a new cable. So we won't be doing that. But, next to too tall. This is just what this is our life for the stream today. Is making these. So how long did that take? How long have we been streaming? Half an hour? Okay. So half an hour per, so an hour and a half for the whole 3. That shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, I do. All right, go make Din Din responsible. My papa's making dinner today. My dad. I bought bulgogi and some side dishes from H Mart today. Oh my god, I fucking love H Mart. Shoot. Fucking love H Mart. Got some side dishes, got some spicy bulgogi. I have rice in the rice pot right now. Oh, and then I bought these little... I'll show you guys. I've been so busy, I haven't been really munching. But I have these little the Korean rice cakes. They're like mochi. I'm gonna have one right now. I bought a box. I've eaten over half. Because I'm a fatty. Okay, please don't flip out. Damn it. Okay, hang on. I'll bring the camera back. Give me a moment. Okay, are we back? Blowout. Hella blown out. Do I need this lamp? Yes, I do. Yeah, we'll have it focused on the flower. So it's blurry other than this. Okay, we're back. Okay, at least I know, now I know how to fix the camera when it dies. I have so much stuff left on my docket. I have to do some portraits for my D&D gang. I'm thinking I might draw them on a separate piece of paper and then ink them on the real paper with a light box and then paint them. Because I don't want to have like too much of the what do you call it? Like pencil smudges and everything. I want these things to look good because I'm gonna send everybody theirs. But I have to stop being nervous. I've never drawn a tabaxi before. And one of my crew was a tabaxi. Their name was Leo. He was my bash brother. Because he was a monk. Leo was great. I loved him. And I loved Mordecai. Mordecai was one of my... Well, I mean, everybody in that gang was my favorite. Let's be honest. My own character was my least favorite. Because, like, fucking everybody else was great. Mordecai was great. It's a cool wizard. Wizard? Sorcerer? Help? I just knew that they threw really big bang spells and it was great. Mordecai was cool, though. Sorcerer. I know there's a difference. We had 2 sorcerers? Because Tizuzu was also a sorcerer, which was Parfai's character. Or was Tizuzu a wizard? Tizuzu was Small Potato that blew things up. Yeah. When I was getting my ass eaten, and not in the good way, by mosquitoes, Tizuzu saved my ass twice in a row. Yeah, twice in a row. Tizuzu was awesome. Small Potato, but dragon. Except not dragon. Shh, I don't know what you're talking about. Totally not a dragon. Totally was a dragon. Almost everybody in our group was like related to dragons in some way, except for my character, except that like I had met a dragon. Hold on. There we go. Oh yeah. This is a guava sunset. I've got like 3 drinks here. I treated myself today because I went outside. I mean, I was very intimately related, having relations with a dragon at the end of the campaign. But yeah, Tizuzu was great, Mordecai was great, Leo was great, Gyoshan was great. It is kind of a crying shame that Gyoshan Dorn's character joined late in the campaign. But when he was there, he was awesome. A little catfish dude. The adventures we had. Little catfish guy. He was cool. I had no idea that there were catfish people in this game. Yeah, Choco, Dr. Lupin was our DM, so he understands. Might suspicious of Tizuzu. Okay, can I tell this story? I gotta tell this story, right? So we're in the mines of... Oh, fuck. Yeah, they were going work together to help out in that climactic battle, but, like... So, I'm gonna get some details messed up, so Dr. Lupin's gonna have to correct me on some things, because I know I'm gonna forget some things. So we're up against something that needs to get blown out of the flippin' sky, right? And we're in a narrow corridor. Well, half of us were in a narrow corridor, because we did have this thing where if we were going to engage in something and we had a choke point, we wanted to use the choke point to keep things from surrounding us. Because we know what happens when we get surrounded. It was miserable, right? Fucking Sturges. I hate those things. Sturges and goblin archers can suck a mile of eggs. Anyway, Flame Skull. It was the Flame Skull. So, Tizuzu was gonna big bang it. And Tizuzu was using the wand, correct? Yeah, we got jumped by zombies too. Although the zombies weren't as bad. We kind of got through that okay, and then I charmed him. I charmed the fuck out of him by calling him beautiful. And that's when I realized that Nero was bi. I mean, I had a feeling he was always bi. I just never made a big deal of it because it was just, you know, whatever. Anyway. So she had this wand, I think, that had, like... Correct me if I'm wrong. It was a special wand. It kind of just threw out random spells, if I remember correctly. And there was really no way to predict what it did. Didn't use it a lot. We did use it more in the end than we did in the beginning. Because, we kind of forgot it existed. She forgot it existed? Or what, did she pick it up at some point? I thought it was part of her original equipment that she just kind of remembered she had. It had a bell on it, right? Yeah, anytime she would use it... Here we go. Oh, you would have to roll on the table to see what happened. Yeah, it was kind of like a deck of many things, but not as dangerous. I mean, it was dangerous, don't get me wrong. Spell effects were random. Yeah. And potentially terrifying. So she just yanks this thing out in desperation because we're kind of having a hard battle. And she waves this thing, right? Oh, so what's happening is, if I remember correctly, Nero, my character, and Leo were out banging up with it. And it had some... It was immune to fire because it was a flame skull. So that's why, you know, a bunch of us were whacking it. And then she decided she was going to go for the wand because she mostly had fire spells. Dragon, right? So that's why she went for the wand. And I believe... Mordecai? Immune to fire and cold. It's stupid. Fucking Forgotten Realms is stupid sometimes. Anyway, so she's in the hallway. I think Mordecai was near the hallway, near the doorway, and Gyoshan is in the hallway. Gyoshan's directly in front of Tizuzu, right? So, you know, he's here, she's here. And she gets this little wandy thing and waves it to send the spell through the hallway, right? To go get this guy. To get this flame skull and his buddies. Because we were also fighting buddies as well. He had friends. Not other skull friends, but like other enemy encounter friends. And so she uses the wand. And she rolls on the table. What does she roll? She rolls like a fucking... She rolls a lightning, like, spell. A really, really powerful lightning spell. Shazam! Like, we're talking Shazam, right? Power Shazam, lightning bolt. She casts lightning bolt, right? You know, this ain't like, you know, Pikachu just telling Ash to get fucked, right? We're talking Pikachu is on, like, in a movie, and this is the climactic moment where he needs to kill something, right? That kind of lightning bolt. And she casts it, and I think DM has us roll to dodge it, but I don't think all of us had to roll because we weren't all in the line of sight. But this is line of sight, and it's going down a hallway, right? Straight down the hallway that Gyoshan is in. In this hallway. In front of her. Directly in front of her. So, I think Mordecai has to make a roll, because Mordecai was in the hallway, or at the end of the hallway, and Gyoshan had to make it, right? Mordecai makes the roll, if I remember correctly, or doesn't have to roll, or at some point, Mordecai is not a part of this anymore, but Gyoshan does. And Gyoshan rolls really bad. Was it a crit fail, or... It was a bad roll. It was a... Now, I'm gonna interrupt this story before we go on, in case, it was a crit fail, so he rolled a 1. Nero is a paladin. Ergo, he's really the only healer outside of potions. Because I have lay on hands. Yeah, and he had already gotten hit by a fireball. Was it from Tizuzu also? Was the fireball also from Tizuzu, or was the fireball from the Flame Skull? I cannot remember. In any case, he was not... Oh, the fireball was from... Yeah. Oh, the 860. That's right! I remember hearing the dice jingle, and me and Leo's player were like, that's scary, we're fucked. So, I'm the only healer. I have lay on hands, which is just basically... Yeah, you heard the exact number. Okay, oh, yeah, with the lightning bolt. Okay, so, I have lay on hands, and lay on hands, for those who don't know, it's literally just free heal points. I just have to be able to go over there, touch ya, and you get hit points back up to, at the time, I believe I had 15. I had 15 lay on hands, and I believe I had used some. And I can only replenish it with a good long night's rest, right? So it's free healing that I don't have to do cure wounds, which, has a chance of, not rolling as high, right? So I'm the sole healer. I have to make sure you don't die, because you guys are the ones doing most of the damage when I'm not doing damage. But I'm the only healer. So I hear the number for the lightning bolt. And he's already hurt. He's not, like, hurt. He's busted a little bit. But he crit failed, so I'm bracing, right? And the number for the lightning bolt... What was the number? Dr. Lupin. Now hit me with the number. Gyoshan, by the way, was a catfish person. So they look like Namazu from Final Fantasy XIV. So if you guys want to look up Namazu, please do. They have such a great gormless look on their face. I fucking love them. You have to look up in Parfait's Nest. Okay, that lightning bolt hits him square on its way out. It was brutal. It was a painful number. She literally fried this catfish. 2 unconscious to 0, I believe. Past 0, right? Like, this dropped him. This was a dead fried catfish. If I recall correctly, that was a dead fried catfish. And, I was by the skull. I saw the lightning bolt. Turned around, there's a dead catfish. Oh, well, not quite dead, but, like, fucking owned, dude. Like, he didn't see what was coming. Literally, because his back was to her. He did not see what was coming. Neither did the skull, but, He was 2 HP away from taking massive damage that would have killed him outright. Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, he was not in a good spot. that would have, like, actually killed him, and there would have been no redos, no reses, nothing kind of a thing, if I remember correctly. So, in a weird sort of way, she kind of did him a favor. She had to kill him to save him. But let's be honest, this is what happened. She had to kill him to save him. Which is okay, because, you know, it worked out. Because somehow, that's just how... What did we end up calling ourselves? The Crimson Shields or something? Crimson Wings? Whatever, that's just how we roll. Anyway, she pretty much nearly... She fried him. And I believe I had to lay on hands him to get him back. And the best part of that encounter is after it happened, at some point, Gyoshan asked what happened, right? Because all he remembered is he's gearing up to do his artificer thing, and then bam! Next thing he knows, you know, he smells like fried fish. There's a smell of fried fish, and the paladin's over him, you know, slapping his chest, right? He has no idea what got him. He has no idea what happened. You know? So we asked what happened, and somehow... well, I mean, Tezuza rolls for a deception, which she's not very good at, which is fine. But I think Mordecai rolls very well on the deception to deflect the entire thing. And to this day, you know, I mean, like, you know, after this entire incident has happened, Gyoshan still has no idea that the small potato girl nearly turned him into fish and chips. He has no idea. It might be my favorite part of that entire ordeal. And there were some scary parts in that cave. I will say this. But that might be one of my favorite moments, is where he just rolls, just the deception rolls fucking killed me. Oh god, that was quite possibly one of the greatest, like, campaigns I've ever done. I haven't done a lot of campaigns in D&D. But goddamn, did you not... Yeah, he did catch a lot of the brunt of it. But, to be honest, you know, he had turrets. He made some cool stuff. There was that time when the slimes. Well, I mean, I got popped by a slime too. There were times when I got low, but I think the part that I got really nervous about is we got picked up by, gelatinous cubes, wasn't it? We both got nailed by gelatinous cubes. Like, I got eaten. And I had to do one death save. Yeah. That did, honestly, that did scare me. So I was like, fuck, this is not a place that, you know, you don't want... This is the worst place for the paladin to go, because we were only like a third of the way through that. Yeah, I figured you liked the gelatinous cubes. You perv. I remember we were running from them when there were like 4 of them or something. Yeah, it is not the first time I've run into a gelatinous cube in a... Oh shit, come on. Ah, sorry, I keep moving it out of view, sorry. It's not the first time I've encountered a gelatinous cube in anything that Dr. Lupin has DM'd, and it certainly will never be the last, I'll tell you that. Gelatinous cubes are no fucking joke, though. Holy cow. There's a lot of monsters in you know, playing D&D and everything, you know, Goblin Slayer, like, I think a lot of people take for granted some of those, like, goofy or, like, sort of niche monsters. Don't fucking sleep on them. Like, gelatinous cubes are no fucking joke. What a way to go, drowning in slime. No thank you. No fucking thank you. I believe Tezuzu torched the one that Nero was in, and that was where he said, now we're square, because he literally had to lay on Hanser from, like, 0 at least 3 times in that campaign. If I remember correctly, he has saved her life 3 times in a row. Not that he was looking to go even, but, like, yeah, she fucking saved his bacon. Yeah, heaven forbid you go on a... Yeah, there's a... When he's DMing and there's not a gelatinous cube, that's when you gotta... He's put them all into mimics. That's what I'm thinking. He'll put them all into fucking mimics. But yeah, we're gonna start a Kids on Bike campaign. that the player character for Mordecai is going to be running, and I'm super excited. I rolled May Asakawa, one of my oldest, dearest OCs. It's May in the 90s. It's going to be cute AF. Yeah. I'm really excited about the campaign. I like how Tezuzu's player character, Parfait, she's going to play an old lady. It's great. She's going to play a little old lady. I'm so hyped for that. I can't tell you why. I'm just super hyped for the little old lady. It's going to be great. And the kid, yeah, oh yeah, Dr. Lupin's going to be playing. He's not a forever DM in this one. He's going to be playing, oh yeah, yeah, we're kind of friends. I'm a study buddy. Mostly because May is the only one who likes the history portion of the school shit. Oh, I need more glue. Shoot. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what we have in store for us. I'm super hype. I'm super excited. Charlie. I want to befriend Charlie. What's the other kid's name? Shit. I can't remember now. Not Alex. Paul. Yeah, Paul. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be the only continuity where May's parents are alive. So I might have to, like, draw her parents. I've never drawn her parents. May's been around since 2009, and I've never drawn her parents. I've drawn her brother, though. Her brother's in college. I don't want to be it's too much to... Oh, shit. Come on. Get in there. What? Why aren't you going? Okay. Why are you moving? I need a cap of some sort. Is this... Oh, this'll work. This'll work. That way it won't crush the top too much. There we go. Yeah, I gotta tell you everything. I gotta freaking tell you everything. I'll do a voice call and I'll read out some of the stuff. I gotta tell you everything. Cause it's totally, like, up your alley, Decon. And, you know, maybe if, you know, when we go through it and we learn about the game and everything, and I can pick Senya's brain about, like, what she did, and maybe I'll do it. I mean, I can DM a Kids on Bikes, and maybe you can join. Maybe we won't do it as often, so I'll try and write a shorter story. But, like, it'd be really rad. I think, you know, Decon, you would really enjoy that. I think it'd be super rad. So... yeah, you know, after the campaign, let's see how I feel and how we feel. And if it's not too difficult, I had an idea for a Strange Aeons campaign. I just haven't gotten off my ass to learn Strange Aeons. Yeah, you know, for a first time, I think you'd like Kids on Bikes. It's totally up your alley, I think. Also, it's a lot more of a collaborative effort. In terms of, like, world building and character building. Like, the first session we built the world, or, like, our home, the town and the island. And then the second session 0, we established who we were and then how our relationships were with others in the group, so that we already had this, instead of, like, you know, like in a usual D&D campaign, everybody meets for the first time and your relationships grow from there, right? This one is, we already have, like, pre-established relationships, and it's sort of like, how does this grow as we go? And I found that super compelling. Like, I think that's super cool, in my opinion. It's a really cool way of doing the collaborative storytelling aspect. Yeah. Yeah, you would love that part, I think. It's super cool. So... yeah, we'll see how this goes. Maybe it'll be within the year or next year, you know? Nothing says that, you know, there's a time limit on that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? So, yeah. And, like, I think the dice mechanics seem like they're a little bit easier. We'll find out, you know? Each of your stats is ruled by one of the dice. So if you're really good at something, you have like a dice with more numbers, like a, you know, D20 and stuff. But if you're like really bad at something, you'll have like a D4. So it seems like it's super easy to get into. Just a matter of writing the story and all that kind of stuff. I was reading the source book because the husband picked it up. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this campaign goes, and if it seems like it's something I can handle, I'll start a campaign, and hopefully we can get you into it. I mean, the next part is choosing a time where you're available. Yeah, the dice system is super clever. It's having a time to make sure that you're awake for it, and not, like, keeping you up all night. Time zones, they're a bitch. Yeah. And, you know, we're all new to it. You know, when I played 5th Ed, that last campaign for Forgotten Realms, other than the other game that I was playing, I hadn't played in years. You know, we did a 4th where I had a cleric in 4th. Clerics in 4th were stressful AF. I'm never playing anything but a paladin anymore, though. Yeah. You know what? You know, we got time. There's no rush. We could always just, like, pour over the book and just do it over a long period. Yeah, it's doing a VC, yeah. You know what? We'll figure it out. Like I said, we could check out the source book together and we'll see how it works and, you know, build something and then, you know, we'll work it out. You know, this isn't a has to be done now kind of a thing. But yeah, that's where I am on the tabletop front. I do like... I know the husband wants to do a Castle Strahd campaign, so he's going to DM that one. I'm going to have to roll up a whole different paladin. I'm rolling a paladin. I don't know why. I thought, anything else, I want to be a paladin. Paladin always. I want issues always. Paladin always. Because I want the armor, and I want the heals. And then smite is just a bonus. You know? But I probably roll an Oath of Vengeance paladin. Someone's a little bit tougher around the edges. No naive Pollyanna. Sarcastic motherfucker. So Jura, basically. Juggler's juggler. Do monk? Yeah. Dude, monks are fun. You know, Leo was a cool monk. Leo had some cool stuff. I do like monks. Monks are cool. That was one of the other classes I was thinking of was a monk. Because husband played monk in the 4th E. That does you nothing. You guys can't see shit. Okay. Alright, let's try. Please don't stop. Please don't. Dang it! I need a new chord. Okay, hang on. I fix it. I fixed it. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and give a hearty 103 Club welcome to Keyboard Maestro.
5e monks were a blast, and 4e monks early on were monsters. No joke. Oh yeah, the Despair Decibel has a really interesting world building that I think would contribute to that. You know, I'll try and we'll look into some source books if we have to sail the high seas to get you a couple. No skin off my back. I think it would be. I think the Creeping Crawly universe would be a really good, like, tabletop like universe. I'd probably, like, do it very akin to, like, Kids on Bikes, but a little different. Yeah, don't we all? I'm not supposed to endorse it. I do not endorse sailing the high seas for illegal. But if you can't get something, sometimes that's just what you gotta do. Lol. Okay, I need another rice ball. Get in my mouth. Ow. Yeah, creeping, because you have, like, you have normies, and you have people who have, like, supernatural powers, and you have Daemon. Being undead workers for hell. That would be cool. We tried rolling some characters in the just because of the way the abilities worked out. Star Wars RPG didn't quite work out for some characters. Like, it worked out for, like, Alistair, Yoko, and, like, Leo. Rolling Henry in any capacity... Rolling Henry and May was really difficult. So, wouldn't recommend that. But yeah, Creeping Crawly would be a cool universe to have a tabletop game for. I'm trying to think what the closest analogous work, popular work that everybody knows for that. I'm coming up empty. I don't know. But, that's what's going on there. Oh, it's been weeks. It's been almost a month. I'm gonna talk everyone's ear off about Shin Ultraman. Can we talk about Shin Ultraman? We were supposed to do it, and then, like, I had some streaming troubles those days, but can we talk about how fucking perfect that movie was? Fuck. Such a good movie. 3D was really good. Story was pretty good. I like the, So if you've ever anybody's ever watched Shin Godzilla, those Ava fingerprints are all over it, right? Just like how they do, like, these military, government, procedures to get shit done when there's, like, weirdo aliens. And then what was really cool is in the beginning of the movie, they show some stuff from, like, Ultra Q. Like, they kind of fold... Yeah, it was great subbed and it was great dubbed. Like, I was like... The dub I wasn't holding in high regard because, you know... Well, it's just... The original actors are really good. But man, the dub was really good. The dub... the subtitles were kind of dub titles-esque. So... You know, that was my only problem. But these subtitles, as far as I could tell, were actually really good. So the dub titling... and the dub script, which was really close to it. It wasn't a one-for-one. It was really good. I was very impressed. They did a very good job. It is a crying shame that they only did 2 nights. I would have watched that movie 4 times in a row. Because I fucking loved it. So good. Having all the characters and their analogs were really cool. The character who was supposed to be like Aki was really neat. I liked her. The little throwbacks, like, it's such a love letter to the original series in Ultra Q. Like, it's like, what if Ultra Q and Ultraman happened consecutively? It was pretty cool. And I've watched a bunch of episodes of Ultra Q, so I know some of those. The alien designs were really cool. I like how Zereb was, like, 2D, right? Like, he was hollow? That was such a cool concept. I don't know if it was, like, the original concept, because a lot of the stuff that they did in the movie in terms of, like, design and everything is based on the original, like, rough sketches for the show before they changed something. So he didn't have a color timer originally. In fact, that wasn't really, you know, what they want. The designer didn't really... I think it was a designer who didn't really care much for the color timer. Which is, you know, a very integral part of the rest of the canon of the TV series. But they had a very good replacement for it. Like, he would change colors, which was really cool. They never really explained why he turned red. Like, I'll hit, like... Where'd you go, Lipia? Come here. Come here, my beautiful. Like, this is the first contact. So it was like when he first shows up. This is the first contact form. And as you can kind of see, he's all silver. And then, like, some of his designs are, like, a slightly darker silver. But then later on in the movie, these dark silver parts turn red. Like his original color scheme. So you'll notice he doesn't actually have a timer either. He's also super lanky. I believe they said they did mapping for Furuya-san, who played the original Ultraman. And he also played Amagi, who was like my favorite character in Ultra 7. I loved Amagi. I love the fact that every time because Ben Furuya is gigantic. Ben Furuya is like a huge dude, right? He is a giant dude. And how he had to bend down into the cars in Ultra 7, it always amused me, because like he didn't ever look like he fit in the cars. He was too tall. My driving instructor was big like that when I first took my driver's test. The driving instructor didn't fit in my fucking car. Anyway, I'm getting off track. So like his red parts would turn green, which, you know, is like a photonegative opposite color, which I thought was a cool design. Zolfi was also based on, and this is the part that a lot of people don't know because it's a huge contention. But Zolfi being, and I'm gonna say right now, this is spoilers. They're massive spoilers here. So Zolfi, not Zoffy, which is like, OG Zoffy. Zolfi. That's how they pronounced it, which is closer to the word Sophia, which is like wisdom. Hagia Sophia, the religious part. You gotta remember, Eiji Tsuburaya was Christian. So, his Spacium beam is like a cross, made with his hands and arms, right? It's a sign of the cross. They're giant space angels. Ergo, Ava. Giant space angels. It all comes back. He's like an antagonist, quote unquote, because a magazine had gotten like leaks of like what he looked like and everything, and his original, I believe he was gold in the original sketch. It was a lot different. They thought he was an antagonist. He was going to be like the last final boss, and they had pronounced his name. They had put the wrong katakana, I guess? So it was pronounced Zolfi instead of Zafi, as it ended up. And he wasn't a comrade, he was an antagonist, because they thought that he was going to be an antagonist. So it's kind of like a throwback to all those old rumors back in the 1960s. I mean, the one thing about the Ultraman franchise that is wonderful is they don't forget. Yeah, Zolfi shows up, and he's kind of like, when he shows up over Ultraman's shoulder, fucking, Mephiles is like, fuck this, I'm out of here, right? It just shows that, no matter what continuity or what form he is, everyone's afraid of Zafi. Everyone's afraid of Zafi! Motherfucker can level planets and fleets, no problem. It's why we love him. We used to ask, when is he getting his own TV show, and he never got his own TV show. But he shows up a lot. And he doesn't get jobbed out like he used to back in the old show era. He actually just shows up and just owns, like he does in Mebius. He got jobbed out a lot in, like, Ace. I think he died in Ace once. Anyway. So yeah, there's a lot of, like, Ultraman, when they make stuff, generally they don't forget, right? People to this day still make fun of, Ultra 7 and the Jeep. And if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Right? People still make jokes about the Jeep. Including them, right? Like, Zero makes a passing reference to it in the radio plays for Ultraman Z. He actually makes passing reference to running over Leo with the Jeep. They don't forget. It's very reverent on what they remember and how they present what they remember. Now, Mephiles. Good choice. Mephiles is a very memorable enemy of Ultraman from the original. As, a kaiju who dislikes violence. Then he fucking rolls up, with all his technicalities. In the original show, he's pretty heinous, and people have called him out on it, right? Where he goes over to the kid and goes, hey, just give me the heart of the earth, and then you can have whatever you want, right? Because, you know, he went for a child because, you know, mistakenly thinking that children are dumb. And children can be dumb, but they can also be surprisingly resilient. You know, he was using a child to try and take over the earth. I mean, how fucking, like, villainous is that? Like, come on, Mephiles. You're a dick. I love Mephiles, don't get me wrong. I do like Mephiles as an enemy. He is a little bit more cerebral, you know? He likes to pretend he's above everything. That's why, you know, when they gave him the voice in the dub where he was just all, like, super smarmy and stuff, I kind of liked it. I thought it was kind of, like, within character. Do you mind if we split this, Ultraman? That's, like, one of the best lines in the movie. Next to, so human are, like, have a herd mentality. This guy's an imbecile. It's such a good movie. Like, Ultraman is just great. The animation for it, like, some of the old moves that they have him do. The ending is very Gunbuster. According to the husband, I've never seen Gunbuster, but the ending is Gunbuster. That's how Gunbuster ends. Like the ending animation after he destroys Zetton. Which, by the way, I am never ever going to fucking recover from, right? Because when I first started watching Ultraman, I think I've told the story many times, you know, what my firsts were, right? We did watch the original OG and Ultra 7 pretty much back to back. Really, very consecutively. Like, we were clearing, like, maybe 4 to 5 episodes on a good day in 2020, you know, because we had nothing to do. You know, that was when Mill Creek was just starting to put that shit all out. So we were watching these back to back. So the last episode of Ultraman, which is very iconic. The pose is very iconic, right? I keep dropping this. You know, laying on the ground, dead. It's a very much feels kind of a thing. Like, I feel every time Ultraman is in that pose. I feel that as straight as the day I saw it the first time. And then, you know, Zafi's saying, you know, you're gonna die. I'm gonna take you home. I can't. You have to let this human that I've bonded with, you know, do you really love these humans so much? And how, you know, he tells him, Shin, you know, Lipia in the movie says, I do not understand humans. They're too complicated to simply understand. It's very beautiful. He loves them. He doesn't understand them all, but I think he has an understanding of them, if that makes sense. That he's willing to give his life when everybody tells him no. He's willing to give his life to humans because he likes them. He wants to understand them. And I think on a level, he does understand them. He has a very similar mindset. From the moment he touches down and takes Kamina's form, you know, from the moment that he touches down in the, you know, original OG and kills Hayata, which nobody ever includes on, you know, Ultraman kill videos. Why do you guys always skip Hayata? He killed Hayata. I'm not saying that he should be punished for it, but I just want to put that out there. He killed Hayata. That's the whole reason why they fucking had to merge, okay? Is that, you know, he went native hard, but all Ultras go native hard. Ultras love humans. We're scary, you know? We're terrifying. We're also weak and tiny, and we need defending, you know? It is what it is. We are what we are. And I think it's beautiful. There's nothing really dark, you know, they handled that story better than Marvel did, but then again, it's Marvel. Marvel could never handle something so delicate, in my opinion. So delicate and sweet as that relationship, you know? And the way he keeps going back to Kamina throughout the movie until Kamina is gone. And I like how ambiguous they leave up the ending. you know? Is it Kamina? Is it Lipia? Is it both of them? Because we all know Lipia ain't going home to pay the piper for disobeying the code. And yes, Zetten is... Zetten used to scare me because he had a really creepy kind of a look. Zetten's scary, right? Zetten in Shin Ultraman? I have to say that in Shin Godzilla, which he had a much, closer hand to, and then Shin Ultraman, where he had less of a hands-on approach, Anno has a really good knack for building, in my opinion, that feeling of utter hopelessness, yet you still hope that things are going to turn out, And when you see Zetten for the first time in Shin Ultraman, I cried both times. It's terrifying. It's so big and so powerful and so insurmountable. And you don't know how insurmountable until after he, Lipia takes his first crack at it, right? It's super insurmountable. And then what happens in the following, I felt that way in Shin Godzilla after he comes into Tokyo for the first time and then he goes back because he's overheating. Where he's standing in the middle of that devastated Tokyo. And I wept. And I wept because I felt so helpless. Like, it's weird to say, it's on a weird sort of way, it did scare me, right? It is a scary part of the movie. Because you've seen what this thing can do, and you've seen what this thing has done. And humans are a mote of dust in their eye. And it terrified me. Like, I felt really hopeless in Shin Godzilla. When you see Zetten for the first time in Shin Ultraman, it's the same feeling. It is absolutely a terrifying, scary feeling to see that thing form. And then its voice, right? It's just saying its own name, but it fucking chills me, dude. Zetten. And that thing looks like a chump in the original Ultraman, but that thing fucking kills him. He kills the OG, right? Kills him. Zetten's no fucking joke. Every time Zetten shows up, it's no fucking joke. Nobody fucking, wants to be around when Zetten's around. That's why Mephiles took off, right? If it wasn't Zetten in Ultraman, or if it wasn't for, Maga Orochi in, Ultraman Orb, that would have been Zetten. No doubt, right? Everybody fucking leaving. And then just the sound of the little bloopy noises sends a chill down my spine, because it's fucking Zetten, man. He's not like... Although I treat him the same way. He's not like Silverbloom, right? From Ultraman Leo. The trick you only do once. And when I say the trick you only do once, I really mean it. I don't think Silverbloom has really appeared in any other media. There was a Ultra Kaiju Girls, where she was, oh no! Did I get glue on it? I did not. How? She was a character in it, with Black Commander. Right? But you don't see Silverbloom really anywhere else. And there's a reason. Fucking Silverbloom fucking broke the hearts of anybody who was watching Ultraman Leo, because Silverbloom killed half the cast. Over half the cast. Every time you see Zetten, someone's gonna fucking get fucked up. Right? I guess with Mebius, it wasn't Zetten. It was, oh god, now I can't remember his name. Alien Emperor. Who, in the stage plays? Question mark? Supplemental material? We saw it in, Absolute Conspiracy, where he shows up and just wrecks shit. And Father of Ultra had to take care of business before he was Father of Ultra. His name was Ken. He was cool. Before he got the cool sideburns and the giant horns. Although he did get the giant horns in that, didn't he? Like, after he defeated it? I haven't seen Absolute Conspiracy in ages. Yeah, Zetton is... When you want to make a statement with Ultraman, you get Zetton. Every time he shows up, shit's going down, and it ain't gonna be great. Ultras love us the same way we love cheetahs. They're ferocious, a big scary animal. It's a big fucking baby that needs protecting. That is no joke. The amount of times, you know, humans come up. That's why, you know, when they have, like, aliens that come over and they fuck around with the Earth, and then they know there's an Ultra there. There's two kinds of aliens. They go, fuck, this is an Ultra's planet, and then, fuck, it's an Ultra's planet. I'm gonna do something about it, because I'm gonna fuck them up. Because, you know, aliens can be assholes. Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of aliens that are. But yeah, do I recommend Shin Ultraman? You better fucking believe your sweet bippy. You believe your sweet bippy, I recommend it. Ultra Planet. Ultra Planet. Hi, I live here now. What I also like about Earth is there are certain alien races that just want to take it over and watch it burn. And then there are other ones that are just like, I want to take over this place, but damn, their ramen's good, so I guess I won't be attacking them. There are two kinds of aliens when it comes down to an Ultraman series. There's, you know, we want to take over the Earth because we're a conquering species. And then there's the, I wanted to conquer the Earth, but goddamn, their food's really good, so I guess I'll let them live. Taiga did it pretty good. When, because they had this, they dropped this plot point later, sadly. My boba. They dropped it pretty quick, which was, they had kaiju, and they were brokering kaiju as WMDs for other aliens, and they were on Earth to, like, show off how good they were, and they were auctioning them off as, you know, shit was going down. Right? Like, be like, oh, look how it's destroying Tokyo, now who wants the first bid on the egg? Shit like that, right? They dropped that pretty quick in the series, unfortunately. Taiga felt a little unfocused at times, but damn, Taiga's really good. Okay? Number one, why Taiga is great, and why you guys should watch Taiga if you can find it. Number one, the theme song is a banger. Buddy go. Fucking banger. Number two, it's Taiga. He's Taro's son. Everybody loves Taro. Taro is the best. How do I know? I've seen what Taro does in his TV series. Taro is a really good show. I gave it some shit because I thought that, you know, the attack team was a bunch of morons just flailing about. They're not. I mean, they are, but they're not. Zat is a bunch of guys who take care of their team, you know, even when weird shit's going down. They're still a team, right? Unlike, you know, Mac. I forgot what the name of the attack team was in Return. They were kind of assholes for a long time, right? There's no attack team in Taiga. There is a security team. And it's got aliens in it, because it's sort of got, like, this whole story of, you know, aliens living there and how they fit in. It does deal a lot with the, you know, aliens versus invader dynamic that some series take care of, and I like that. Number three. If you were one of those Ultra fans that likes the host situation. Because there's two kinds. You either have a host, or you are and you have a human disguise. And I like both. But I was really drawn to the host situation because Leto. Leto and Zero. Of course it's Zero. Of course it's Zero, right? Now, OG, the original Ultraman, had a host situation, question mark? Which isn't really, like, where does Shin Hayata end and Ultraman begin is kind of strange. You don't really get that answer. They give you that answer in Shin Ultraman, though. I do like that. You know, that was a nice nod to that dynamic. But in Taiga, there's three in one host. And it's fucking wild. How do you not want that, right? 3-in-1 host. What point are we on? 4? 4. And we'll just say we're on 4. 4. Ultraman tight ass. Just look up Titus, and he has the nickname of tight ass. There's a reason. That guy can stop alien bullets with his ass. I fucking love him. There's an Ultra from 050, which is Orb's planet. I like him. It's Fuma. He's the OTP to Grigio, and if you don't agree, fight me. Grigio would be in much better hands if she hung out with Fuma. However, I'm okay with her and G hooking up. Just want to put that out there. Alright? Ultraman Titus. He's super muscular. He's an 040. He's a thick fucking motherfucker. I love him. He is a thick boy. I love Titus. Titus is a really good character. You think he's kind of like a meathead, but he's not. He's actually kind of smarter than that. He's not like a total meathead, and I like that. Now, Fuma is a hothead, because he's a ninja. And that's just what ninjas do, I guess. We're gonna bind them all right about here. So we're on point 5. 5th point? Story gets dark, okay? I mean, and I don't mean dark like super dark, like Nexus. F's in the chat for Nexus. What I do mean, though, is that the body count is really high. In the first, I want to say first 4 episodes, 3 or 4 episodes, Master at Sushi, yeah. Ninjas Hotheads? Master at Sushi? If Fuma was more like Master at Sushi, I'd respect him a little bit more. He's not a closer, I'll say that. Oh, shit. Yeah, this tape is old. Fuma's not a closer. He doesn't need to be, though. He doesn't need to be. He does, however, need to get his shit together. Yeah, 0.56. Body count is high. First 4 episodes, I think you see somebody die, at least one person die per episode. Like, character. Not like main character, but like character introduced in episode kind of a thing. Body count is high for a new generation. He is the first Reiwa Ultra, okay? So that means, you know, when we have the new era roll over, he's the first Reiwa guy. I don't think that has anything to do with his body count. I just want to put that out there. High body count. Point number 7? Question mark? The ending is full of feels. Ending is full of feels. That ending fucking is masterful. Taiga has a really good ending. Taiga also has a really, really good movie. So I want to put that out there. I have watched the movie. Hey, look at them all. They're so nice. I might weave some stuff in here, though. Reason 8. Traeger. Now, we all joke, I am a Juggler fan. I'm a Juggler fan because of Traeger, actually. Right? I started with, you know, Kamen Rider Ultraman, so that's the Netflix one, which is based on the manga, which I call Kamen Rider Ultraman because it's more of a Kamen Rider show than it is a Ultraman show. It's okay. Last season's coming out. So season 2, I don't think it's gonna get anything past that, because I think they said final. Ultraman final. Traeger. Traeger is fucking creepy motherfucker. Creepy. Jilted lover. Oh, your dad didn't pay attention to me. Now I'm a nihilist. There's no such thing as good and evil. Only darkness in the void. Oh, he's such a fucking edgelord. If we didn't have Traeger, though, I don't think I would have been as interested in Juggler. Because Traeger was my gateway drug to antagonistic Ultra. But Dio, what about Agul? Agul, fuck him! I mean, I don't really have a negative opinion of Agul. I just like to pretend I do. Oh, you're just like me. Shut the hell up! Anyway. I might have the same reaction as I do to, Hikari. But that's because, you know, when you get introduced to Ultraman Hikari, it doesn't do him any, Alright, so what a belly button. They have, like, long leaves? So let's do long leaves. Okay. Let me get some paper. I'll be right. Oh, I'm just going over here. Oh, is that so, mister? Oh, wait. I have them over here. I have leafies. Leafies in here. What was I saying? Yeah, Traeger was my gateway drug. Not Ogul. That's because I haven't watched Tiga. I mean, I haven't watched Gaia yet. I watched a couple episodes of Gaia, and I think he's an edgelord. Not Gaia. Ogul. Right? So, number 8 is Traeger. He's really fascinating. I heard he started in Rube, R&B. So I'm gonna have to check that out. I actually was gonna start R&B, Rube. I just haven't had a chance to yet. Let's just pour these out. But I mean, like, Traeger's a bitch, so, you know. Don't mistake the fact that I really like Juggler is also the reason I really like Traeger. I don't. I think he's a little bitch. But he's an entertaining little bitch, and I think he's quite compelling, and, you know, that whole creepy, caressing Taiga's face thing. Yeah, it got me. I'm a Fujo. I'm a Fujo, I admit it. I don't want to, like, engage with other Fujos, but I'm a Fujo. We could take off all the leaves on here. I kind of want this color. I don't have a lot of them. Let's use this one. It's all folded. I didn't take good care of my paper. We'll do 2? Should we do 3? Ooh. This is the ending theme for Battlemania 2. I like this song. This is good. Decon, this was really good. I like this. I like the Battlemania 1, but I like Battlemania 2's. What do I just do with them? Okay. Or we could do this more natural color. I kind of want a little... Yeah, let's go natural, because these are a little bit more subtle. You know, they're not bright yellow like this. Not that we can tell, because my lamp blows it out. Happy Australia flower! Alright, let's go darker. What do we got? I use you. Use you. I wish I had these. We'll use you. Okay. Come here. Alright, we'll put you there. Then we gotta stuff you back in the bag. Alright. I do like the first half. I think the first half is a good, good part. I like it a lot. I like the whole thing. Are we on reason 9? Let's go 10 reasons why you should watch Taiga. So we're on reason 9, right? Taiga's really good. Taiga's a really good character, right? Like, Taiga's a very unusual... You don't get this a lot, right? A lot of New Generation kind of breaks the mold, but like, you know, before... your ultras were already kind of established. There's Mebs. Mebius was a little bit on the green side, right? So he's kind of learning from his Ultra Nissan, the Ultra Brothers, that he's what he can bring to the table. And this is very important for, you know, later on where, you know, he's now a head instructor kind of a thing, right? You know, he was going to train Grigio. Except now she's under the tutelage of Mother of Ultra, so Marie, which is going to be super cool because we haven't really seen Marie really do anything since, like, Ultraman Taro. And, when she tried to kick Belial's ass, and she was doing pretty good, but he kicked her back. She has some wicked kicks. Ultra Woman Marie is pretty fucking cool. She's a good mom. But Taiga, you know, you get to see him, I mean, when you see him in, you know, the spin-offs, so, you know, The Kingdom and Absolute Conspiracy, he's a young guy, because he's coming off of his series, you know, off his movie, where he's not, you know, with Kazuyuki? Oh my god, I can't remember his host! You know, he's coming into his own. He's a young man. He's already no longer has to prove that just because he's, you know, son of Taro doesn't mean that, you know, life was just given to him on the back of a silver spoon, right? You know, he earned his way. So you get to see Taiga before he turns into, like, a teacher, right? You get to see him when he's still rough around the edges. He's still a hothead. You know, he's still in conflict with his identity. And he's with a young man who also kind of needs help on his identity, his host. So I think it's really interesting to see Taiga, because Taiga grows up so fast these days. Like, he's straight up already, by the time, you know... Because Taiga was before Zet. So by the time you get to now that Taiga's already like he's already proven himself, he's done like the Super Taro thing. He's Reiga, right? Sorry, that's not helping. He's done the whole thing like Super Taro, like his dad, right? He's picked up all of his comrades and you know, joined with that, and so he grew up fast. So watching Taiga grow up in his own series, I think is very useful, especially now that they're, you know, establishing him as a, you know, the next generation of top Ultra brothers of Ultra. You know what I mean? You know, he's now where his dad is, and that was really, I think it's really important to see that, especially now. And reason number 10, you should watch Ultraman Taiga. It's because it's Ultraman Taiga. It's because it's Taiga. Taiga's good. Watch Taiga. If you like Mebius, you will like Taiga. For the longest time, Mebius was Taro's star pupil. And then he had a kid. So, Mebius had the same growth, but I mean, like, Mebius picked up on it real quick because of all the spin-offs recently. But Taiga, it's Taiga is Mebius, but like in 2 or 3 years, where Mebius took like 8 to get to where he is. So those are my 10 reasons to watch Taiga. Now, unfortunately, it's not part of Mill Creek so far. I don't know if they're gonna pick up the rights yet. So, finding Taiga will require sailing the high seas, but he is worth it. His movie's really good. There's some props in the movie that I really want. So yeah, that's my little spiel on why you should really watch Ultraman Taiga. Don't listen to what other people will tell you. Listen to me. Listen to me, because I will not steer you wrong. Taiga's worth it. Now, we're also talking about other tokusatsu series that started in Reiwa. Kamen Rider 01 is really good. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Kamen Rider 01 is flippin' phenomenal. Take Kamen Rider, mix it with a generous dose of Chobits. That's Kamen Rider 01. It's good. Watch it. It's very, very, very good. Speaking of very, very good, look at this! In less than 2 hours, we have Billy Buttons from Dinkum, which I have no idea. I think is a farming game. So we have Billy Buttons. Let's clear this. Where are we at? Got about 15 minutes. I'm gonna take a quick stretch, drink break, and turn on some lights, and I'll be right back. Enjoy the music. What? There are no lights on. It is dark. Okie. Some nice looking. Yeah, I kind of like them too. They're really cute. The process is a little long, but they turned out really cute. I am very happy with how they turned out. Okay. I've got 15 minutes. Let's do some cooldowns. Should we clear some stuff up? Oh, I'm gonna put this away. I won't have time to make a second one. I'm trying not to make as many. I'm trying to just take it chill this year. Try and get a jump on things. Glue goes over here. And this goes here. Tape goes there. Mochi. There's chocolate in there too. Oh shit. Sat on these ones. I'm gonna do a comparison. There's a super orange. Australia has some cool plants. Australia has a lot of cool stuff. Alright. Grab a sketchbook. Let's do this one. There we go. Let's pick this one. This is a good manga. If you're into like lesbians. Good stuff. Leo's do not sniff my mochis. Leo's kind of a jerk, but she learns. As they call her in the manga. Gay fuck boy. Nope. Maybe not today. Let's see what we got. What do I have up? I have had lots of things. Actually, let's do a little sketchbook tour. Please don't fuck up. There we go. I kept some labels from my... I was about to say my Attitudes. From my Sakura Co boxes. So that's why you have like these cool labels everywhere. And then this was all the stuff from it. So I keep at least one of the snackies. This one had a cool label. And then the tea. And I put in some things like kanji. Haiku. Was Year of the Tiger last year. There's February. I didn't keep a lot of snack labels. I only kept one. March. Some green tea. Here's Off the Hook over here. This was tasty. Hinamatsuri. I put 2 haiku. There's April, so of course Hideki, because his last name means April. And there's a chocolate bunny. I like this one. This sketch of May came out really good. This one was okay. It's hard not to mess her up. This one you can oh, you can see it better on camera. Here's Chibiusa and her mom Usagi for Mother's Day. And May and Ria's moms. And the Squid Sisters. They are not moms. Yeah, I like having it cluttered. There's June. Rainy season. Jura and a Yukata. Because, you know, we did it for Hideki. If you do it for Hideki, you gotta do it for Jura. And there's Nero, too. Lots of Yukata. I like this little angry father of Ultra sticker I have. He's the only one I had. There aren't any more. July, so with some July girls. Here's Double Cross, as I call him. Little May with the firework. August, that's Oban and Outfit August, so I try to put in a little bit of the stuff. Scary Story Time. September turned out pretty good. Here's Deep Cut. It was the first time I drew them. I probably won't draw them again. You know who's really hard to draw? Big Man is hard to draw. Like, he's kind of hard to draw, like, making him look right. Like, if you don't do the angles right, he looks really goofy. So, he is harder than he looks, and there's stuff inside this sticker. Metron Sunset. October! There's the 31 Monster Girls, but not all of them. Do I need to focus? There we go. That a cool tea. I like the tea bags on that. I had one bag of this left. It's really good. I drank it yesterday. Here's November. This had a super cool bag, but it was really big. So I had to cut it. So here's part of it. And I think this was for... I don't remember. It was for something, though. And then December! This was really good. It was a parfait cookie, I think. This green tea was good, too. Yeah, I'm glad he looks good. I have some extra labels I couldn't fit. And some pine needles. So here is 2023. I haven't put anything on this one yet, but this was January. I haven't drunk the tea yet, but the tea bag's gonna go over here. It's kind of like a scrapbook. So White Rabbit candy. God, I love this stuff. I saw somebody make cookies out of White Rabbit candies, and I was like, ah, me too. It's a brown rice cracker. And here's February. We haven't gotten the Sakura Co box for January didn't come till like the first week of February, so we're kind of behind. So we're getting there, and I'm a part of Sakura Dragon's mailer. She sends out like bullet journal stuff, and I'll show you that because I have a different book for that. Sketchbook tour, I guess, instead of a cool down. Because we got like 5 minutes left. She has like these little cute Bujo bullet journal things, so I'm gonna do the same thing in here. And kind of see. She puts this down, and then it's like a little task, and then there's notes. So I plan to do the same thing in here. It's just I just have a bigger book. And then here's February, a Setsubun. I'm making my own ehomaki because the ones you buy from the store are way too damn big. So yeah. Let's try and get something down. And who do we need to draw when we need to draw things fast? May! I saw that I had this little sketch in... go over here. Yeah, okay. I was trying to look for 90s fashion. I came up with stuff for Mean Girls. I haven't quite settled on her default outfit for kids on bikes yet. But it's probably gonna be like the cardigan. Or maybe like I remember plaid skirts were really big. Which is, you know, I guess that's okay. So all I can think of are like baby doll dresses. You guys remember those? Probably not you, Decon. You were a baby. You were a little kiddo. In the 90s. You were a little ickle little girl, a little boy. I don't know what I was gonna say there. I mean, like, I guess we could do, like, her hair's not long enough to do scrunchies, which I regret. But definitely that big hairband. I think I had a sketch where she had, like, a halter top. That was kind of cool. It was like a crop top. Because, like, crop tops were big in the 90s, right? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Why are we huffy puffing? I always gotta remember her boobs are small. She doesn't have big gazongas like some of my other characters. High waist. And then, like, the pleated skirts were, like, super, like, close cut? I wanted to have... You were still an egg at the time. Not the whole time. You were a babe. Watching Bear in the Big Blue House. I don't know what was on TV in Britain. Maybe they had the little... I don't know. I mean, I could give her Adidas, but Adidas are hard to draw and I'm lazy. So Chucks it is. Although I guess, like, flats would have been a thing for her too, but she's gonna be going around doing mysteries and shit. She needs good shoes. Give her floppy socks in this episode, maybe. Or in this, this outfit. Bangles! There we go. There we go. Maybe. You know? Halter tops were big, right? I don't know. That's not bad. Plaid. Plaid was big. I remember that. I remember trying to look at, like, what I was, like, wearing, but I don't know where all those pictures are. But, definitely remember overalls. But I'm not very good at drawing overalls. Keds? Yeah. But they don't have, like, a big round toe like I usually make it. I'd have to, like, make it a narrower toe. I'm just so used to drawing Chucks like this. They're more 80s and 90s. Yeah, I think we're going for, like, mid to early 90s? Hold on, I'm gonna this mochi ball. Ow! I love sesame. I mean, her slip-ons probably also would apply. I mean, her outfit is pretty, I think, within the right time. Her default. Mountain. Mountain! You play Monster Hunter? So yeah. I mean, I think her default would work, but it's an excuse to give her another outfit. It's an excuse I'm gonna take. Chucks might be more period appropriate, yeah. I want to say they are. I think 90s is better than... I think we chose 90s? I don't remember why. I don't remember why I said 90s. I think I'm more familiar with the 90s because I was like a youngin'. Like, I was like your age. That you were in the 80s? Or in the 90s than I was in the 80s, you know? I remember it through seeing people talking about it, but like I remember my childhood in the 90s easier than the 80s, of which I didn't spend very much. I mean, like the biggest thing I can remember that sticks out in the 80s was the Loma Prieta earthquake. So yeah, I wouldn't exactly say I remember my childhood with any inkling of reliability in terms of the 80s portion of it. I do remember parts of the 90s though. Not too badly. I do remember the 90s. We're just sketching. Give her short overalls, but I'm gonna put lace on it, which isn't exactly totally period accurate, but I have seen them. Big pocket on the front. There we go.
I can hear the net.
There we go. It's okay. Yeah, I remember the 2000s was a much greater degree of clarity than the 90s, too, so... I think that's just, you know, the recency bias, I guess? I will tell you that, like, there are times where I don't remember something in the early 2000s, and I conflate it with the early 2010s. So, I mean, to say that I am of any... I have any degree of accuracy in that, is also incorrect. Like, I'll be like, oh yeah, that was a thing that happened in, like, the 2000s, or, like, you know, 2010, you know, the husband will be like, that happened in, like, 2007. I was like, fuck me. You know? And I just like drawing them. Trucks to me are like a comfort drawing. I think it's because of you. But they're just easy for me to draw. That's kind of cute. Shit. I do like the overalls. Shit. This is kind of cute. I do like that. That looks really cute. Maybe like a striped shirt. Or jumper, as they call it in England. cute. That's really cute. Your early years tend to be vaguer. Yeah. There are things I do remember, and then, like, based on, like, contextual things I do remember. It is a good look on her. Yeah, I might put that in rotation with the cardigan, sketch that I did. I'll make her 2 outfits, you know, just for posterity's sake. Whoops. Maybe I'll ink it and sketch it in later, but yeah, I do like that. That's really cute. That's like My Girl-esque. Yeah. Stand By Me core. What would you call that? Spielberg core. It's very Spielberg core. Spielberg core. Spielberg core. Yeah, they're really fun to draw when you draw them like accurately, but I like the way I draw them with like the big old toe and chunky. Very Splatoon-like. So yeah. So we got a lot done today. Got hella stuff done today. I might put something else there, but might as well start doing my outro. So, regarding the game of the month, we're gonna stick with Fatal Frame. We're gonna next Tuesday we're gonna beat the game. I believe we have 2 endings left for Ren. Because Ren has 4. Yeah, I know, I hear you too. So, we're gonna at least finish good ending for Miyu, because I can't do the bad ending for Miyu. It just breaks my heart. Good ending for Ruka, or not Ruka. That's the other game. Good ending for Yuri. And I think, did we do the good ending for, or did we only do the endings for Shirigiku? We haven't done any Ose endings. I feel like we haven't done the, where we reject her. We haven't done that one, definitely. Did we do the one where we reach out and hug her and have the 2 souls connect, and then Ren's all left alone and he cries? I think he cries in most of them. I feel like we did 1 each. I'll check my videos. Yeah, chunky shoes. We're gonna do endings. We're gonna do endings, and then after that we're gonna tackle nightmare mode for Ayane's chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're just gonna pass them, and then I think we're gonna just we're gonna go on hold a little bit. I'm gonna be working on my Hunter on PC offline for a little bit, see if I can't get a little bit more progression. Seeing as how I have beaten the game. Yeah, Miyu ending is bad ending. Yeah, it was bad ending for Hisoka and Yuri. It's just, you watch them once, you can't watch them again. You gotta do the good endings. These girls, if you can give it to them, deserve the good ending. That's all I care about. Ren's endings are all really sad, though. But I believe if you do the good ending for Hisoka and Yuri, you get the epilogue for the good ending for Ren and Rui. So I think that's how that works. So we're just trying to get through all the endings. We got a lot of endings to get through. Yeah, is it the, I think we did do the good one. I'll go check. I think we got the good one for, we got the hard one for Shirigiku, where you have to have her push you into the box. We did do that one on stream, if I recall correctly, because that's the hardest one to do. Because you gotta be in the right spot for it, and it's annoying as shit. When it comes to Ren, we're gonna definitely do an Ose ending, because I don't think that either of those endings require us to fight her. And we're already struggling as it is. I have a feeling it's gonna be a very long stream next week. So we'll finish that. Some of them are canon. I believe the good endings for 4 are considered canon. I believe the books say that the writer, they all are in a consensus that the good endings are the canon endings. So, you know, make of that as what you will. Ren's endings technically all are, he lives, so it's a good ending. I want to say the good ending for 3 is also canon. I think. I believe that's canon. We'll talk more about that next week, but it's gonna be a long stream. I'm gonna need you guys to keep me feeling at least not hopeless, because I am not looking forward to that entire stream. I am not looking forward to it. It is gonna be hard AF. I think 4 only has 2 endings, though. You either save Misaki or Misaki dies. I think there are only 2 endings, really. I might be wrong. I think maybe there's 2 endings for Ruka. I can't remember. It's been long. We'll figure it out. Alright. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna work on more flowers next Wednesday. We're gonna keep the 4:30 time. So, we're gonna go early. Things have been going okay for that. Alright? So, I will... There it is. I will see you guys next Tuesday. Have a good week. It's my birthday this weekend, so send me good vibes. I'm turning 40 on Sunday, so... No birthday stream. I don't stream on my birthday. That is me time. But I'll see you Tuesday. So, see you. Happy birthday to Dr. Lupon too, because his birthday is also Sunday. We have the same birthday. So, we will see you guys next week. Next Tuesday. Night.